ICE agents just arrested 14 people in broad daylight on the roof of a grocery store. And of course, this wasn't random. While the media painted ICE as the problem, they were busy dismantling human trafficking rings, smuggling networks, and Medicaid fraud schemes from the inside. And now that they've gone silent, they're everywhere. Yeah, it may look like the start of a war zone, but that's Montgomery County Farmers Market. And ICE just turned it into a battleground, basically. They on top of that roof, all that. You know, you got protesters standing beside ICE over there dropping indictments and stacking charges. They just not fighting criminals, I'm sorry. They're fighting the system that's been protecting them, obviously. And when you want to know who's helping criminals walk free, here's your answer.
Rioters, criminal thugs, legacy media, open border politicians. Often you'll hear them standing up and defending the evil criminals that I've been talking about. And in the meantime, what they're doing is smearing and doxing our agents and putting them and their families at risk. Leftists have doxed, attacked, and tried to intimidate the men and women who uphold our laws and keep our streets safe. And now our ICE officers are facing an 830% increase in violence against them and their families. One of the open border politicians is right here in this state and is right here in this city. And I'm specifically calling out the mayor of Nashville. Mayor Freddie O'Connell has gone after our ICE individuals and agents that work with HSI. He's openly doxed them, revealed their information to the public, encouraged people to work against them in their efforts to clean up the streets of Nashville. And he has forced his city officials, his employees of the city of Nashville, to document every single interaction that they have with federal immigration authorities. What the mayor is doing to the city is shameful. And what he needs to do is participate with us and make sure that he's helping us uphold the rule of law. Listen, if people don't like the laws in this country, go to Congress and change them. But what these agents do every single day is to uphold the law and make sure that it applies equally to everyone, and that criminals aren't placed above the American citizens that live in this city and live in this state and in this country. O'Connell and his administration are playing politics, and they're playing politics to a dangerous level that's risking people's lives. Despite the mayor's reckless behavior, we're going to continue to enforce the law here in Nashville. We're going to continue to fight to keep families safe, and here in this city, but also in this state, and continue throughout the country. Bringing violent criminals to justice is our priority, and doing so in order to make America safe again is what we will work to do every single day.
Now, while ICE agents are risking their lives, elected officials are putting targets on their backs. Makes no sense. Doxed. They get named publicly. And at the same time, assaults on ICE jump, 830%, she says? And nobody's saying a word? That's not compassion, man. That's coordinated chaos. And yet, ICE still shows up. Salute. Much love and respect, man. Got to pray for our law enforcement out here these days, because while the politicians cry about oppression, ICE is uncovering operations like this.
We are on the ground here in Auburn, Alabama today, where the Gulf of America Homeland Security Task Force is embarking on a massive statewide enforcement action that is addressing the culmination of criminal activity with illegal immigration as we investigate an organization that has allegedly been involved in human smuggling, weapons trafficking, illegal narcotics, as well as the running of multiple businesses that are responsible for harboring illegal aliens statewide, employing them, and facilitating illegal activity that is fueling the profits of this organization. Many of the individuals that were arrested today, while illegally present and illegal aliens in the United States, also have extensive criminal histories that we are uncovering as we process them behind us.
So, that's not a theory. That's 14 locations across 6 counties. They weren't chasing dreamers. They found human smugglers, weapons trafficking, and illegal workers fueling cartel profits. But somehow Democrats want ICE to fund it. You have to ask yourself, what exactly are they, who are they trying to protect? You have to. And just when you think they've hit a wall, ICE takes it up another notch digitally.
ICE will be able to access the personal data of the nation's 79 million Medicaid enrollees. This is according to an agreement signed this week between Medicare and the Department of Homeland Security. The information, including home addresses and ethnicity, will allow ICE to track down undocumented immigrants. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says he's deeply disturbed by the administration's actions and says, quote, "We are moving quickly to secure a court order blocking the sharing of this data for immigration enforcement. It's unclear if Homeland Security has accessed the information yet." ICE will be able to access the personal...
You gave them Medicaid fraud. Now they've got your data, addresses, socials, and name. This would be a good time to plug the Aura ad. But for the first time ever, ICE can track down illegals hiding in the system without ever knocking on your door, that is. Hold on. Excuse me. Woo! Ooh, I don't know about y'all. My allergies that came to the video with me today. I don't know what's up in the air. But anywho, and the same people who call ICE Nazis, they're now panicking. And guess who's fighting back? Not drug dealers, not smugglers.
You might be wondering, what do I think you should do now that you know the addresses in your state, possibly near your location, of the ICE detention centers across the country? If it is possible, here's what I would request, is that you and all of your friends go by there, if you can, if it's possible. It may not be like when they're in sheriff's offices, but go by there, drive by, bicycle by, walk by, whatever, as often as possible. Ideally every day, but even once a week. Go by very slowly, looking at the building. If you can, doing video of the building as you pass by. Why? I want them to know there are eyes on them. Expose them as much as possible to the light of day. Watch who goes in and out. Take pictures, if you can, of who goes in and out. Take pictures of license plates, if you can. When I say if you can, I know you have the ability. I mean safely. I don't want any of you to get into problems. So that's it. That's what I think you can do.
That's what desperation looks like. She ain't just asking people to protest. She's telling people to stalk ICE officers, record their cars, and post their license plates. You're really watching people become radicalized over illegal immigration. That's not activism by any measure. That's surveillance warfare. And the street level resistance, it's getting violent.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Why they stop? People are walking down.
Wow.
Take your mask off!
So y'all saying they were throwing coffee, swarming vehicles, damaging property, and ICE didn't even retaliate. They held the line. And when people ask why ICE armed like a tactical unit, this is why. Because when you enforce law in a lawless culture, hey, you better bring back up. Just saying. And just so you know, this isn't a fringe movement. Here's what the protests in Denver look like. Say what? No ICE, no fear? Oh, yeah. One of the comments. One of the comments says, nursing home field trip. This looked like a loop, by the way. I feel like I'm seeing the same people. I mean, well, I guess they all liberals. Oh, man, but this is who the media props up as the voice of reason. I think I heard them chanting, no ICE, no fear. At one point I heard that. I could be wrong, but they doing that while child traffickers getting booked and the next state over. It's all about the narrative. I tell y'all, they want control of the story, not the truth. But ICE isn't listening to the noise. Trust me, they are not listening to it at all. In fact, ICE decided that they were about to double down.
This rhetoric is causing this hateful response to ICE. Comparing ICE to Nazis and racists and terrorist organizations. And I said 2 months ago, Harris, that if this rhetoric didn't stop, there would be bloodshed. Of course, the left went crazy on that statement, but unfortunately, I was right. One man was killed when he attacked a Border Patrol facility in Texas, and another group of armed men ambushed a facility in Texas, an ICE facility, where one officer was shot in the neck. And it's not over with. I mean, unless this rhetoric stops, you're going to see more. And it's because of the hateful rhetoric by the Democrats and those that are mayors and governors and members of Congress. It has to stop. Because the truth, they're shielding the truth of American people. I'm tired of reading the news reports that majority of people in ICE detention aren't criminals. The fact is the majority are criminals. And who are the others? Others are national security threats that we're detaining because they're not going to walk the streets of this nation. May not have a criminal conviction, but they're national security threat. Others are expedited removal cases that by federal statute we must detain. Of course, those facts don't make it to the media. They say that most people we arrest aren't criminals and public safety arrests. The fact are, I looked at the numbers the other day. At 130,000 arrests, 90,000 were criminals, which is, what's that, 69 point, almost 70%. So the facts are the facts, but the media's not sharing the facts from American people. And you add that to the rhetoric from these politicians, and that's why you're seeing the attacks on ICE skyrocket.
Exactly. I mean, you can hide behind city councils, protests, chants, and even fresh produce, but if you're trafficking humans or part of a ring, look, they coming. And they not announcing it on CNN. They're not finna give you the heads up. I mean, the federal raid and look, man. They told you ICE is the villain. I tell y'all this every video of it. We talk about ICE. They told you that the real threat was oppression and not exploitation. But ICE didn't raid the news. They raided the farmers market. I mean, Trump kind of raided the news, though. But on a serious note, they arrested traffickers hiding in plain sight. This ain't about left or right. This is about what happens when the truth stop asking for permission. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.